Hey guys, welcome back to the Letterhead Studios and The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. I don't know what to expect, but it's apparently a very long series. I'm gonna start off with this game first though, see how I like it, and see where to go from there. Average difficulty for those wanting a little challenge. A difficult setting for those who find a normal a bit lacking, and Nightmare, it's your funeral. May adios be with you. Let's just go with normal. It's my first time playing this game. I think normal's a fine, threshold for me, for now. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today, too. Aww. And Shira's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Daddy! Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? No, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me, though, I brought you a present. What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you play outside. So, what's in the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now, why don't you come have a look? It's a boy? What kind of father gives her daughter a boy? Even Estelle is a little shocked here. Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? What? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Looks kinda dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed. So if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. She's just like, alright, just gonna do what you ask, even though I'm completely shocked by what just happened a moment ago. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have nice, dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with the... That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Who is this kid, anyway? Why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Charizard. Charizard! Go, Charizard! That's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. I don't even know his name, but I thought I'd bring him home. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. His eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here. So please try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me out there to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself into? Hey! You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that just gonna make it longer for your body to heal. Me and my ability to read. We need to get better. And just who are you supposed to be?
I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright.
She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I had a daughter your age?
Now that you mention it.
Wait a minute. Don't try and change the subject. Ow!
Quit yelling.
All right already. But you jumping on me like that isn't gonna make me heal any faster either.
I don't hear you yelling again, do I?
Look, jumping on me like that is just gonna make things worse.
Do I hear yelling?
Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that.
By the way, aren't you forgetting something?
Huh?
Your name. I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours?
It seems like the logical thing to do if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... I get to pick, right? I get to pick his name? I guess not.
It's so bright in here. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Joshua's still in bed. I guess that's a no. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then, too. Joshua, huh? Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope it didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber? What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower, wouldn't you say? Yeah. How fortunate for you. You could at least try to sound a tiny bit sincere. It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other song, too. Of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right. The Whereabouts of Light. Just repeating what he said. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff, like reading and music. No girl's gonna be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you have just enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you. That means I'm not gonna let you treat me like a kid anymore. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning. Or, in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me you didn't just forget about the test. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've learned in training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap, totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain's like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's gonna be waiting for us there. Sounds like a plan. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about
Ruin-style scallop fish and balsamic vinegar sauce.
What's that?
I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle. Or our stomachs. You're right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelets. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make it edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today.
Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store.
Receive 500 Mira! If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending.
All right, thanks, Dad.
Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Charizard. Give Charizard my regards. Does resting, cause us to save? What? We can't rest, we got things to do. I have to figure out, how do you open up the menu? What's this do? Oh, yay! I opened up the menu, I feel good now. All right. Elise Highway. Look at this. Oh, I love this map. Estelle, Roland City is in the opposite direction. You're not sleepwalking again, are you?
How about you just stay quiet and keep your comments to yourself?
I love that. Okay. Well, I'm glad I went the wrong direction so I could unlock that little dialogue. That was cute. I wonder how many people ship them together. I mean, they're only technically brother and sister after all. It's like the first thing that pops into my mind is how they act like they could be a couple. Just my saying. It's okay. Looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either.
We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers.
Well, you're in luck. Today's our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort.
Well, yeah, I guess I did. All right, then. Let's get to it and make sure this last Make it through this last hazing from Shara.
You look ready to me.
Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there, then.
Oh, there's children! No! I want to chase the children. No! I want to chase the children. A lot of people will leave from Roland today. And a lot of people will come. Which means a lot of chicks will pass through here. Score! Staring at these girls is one of my simple pleasures. You know what I mean, right? Right, Joshua? Right? Sure.
Alan, you never change a bit. All this nonsense is the reason you can't get a girlfriend.
You wound me, Estelle. But it's because of this enjoyment that I feel it's worth doing this job. It's a paradise.
This guy's a serious nut job.
General Goods. Oh, hang on. We gotta pick up this letter thing.
Good morning, Mr. Ronan.
Oh, hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early today. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes?
Now that you mention it, are those the new one? Are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas? Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Of course.
Ah, you've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stregas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, I should have them around noon.
Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild house.
We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure, I'll be waiting for you. Aha! I found it! I only got lost twice.
There you are, you two. Good morning, Estelle.
Good morning, Joshua.
Morning, Ina.
Good morning.
Is Shara here already? Yes, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to the both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. Oh boy, it's Charizard. The Hermit and the Magician. Oh, Arcana, I know these. And last of all, inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua. This is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure those high-spirited attitudes of yours hold up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of them... Wow. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Joshua, Shara's picking on me. Don't worry, Shara. While Estelle may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice, eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. Here's where you will learn how to use the orbital. God dang it. Oh my good lord. Just stop throwing information at me. This concludes your training. Oh, thank the Lord. Let's just... Yes! The qualification test. All your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. Huh? What's wrong, Estelle? Shara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and? And I even made you jot down what you read in your bracer notebooks, unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine adios. I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to look a little less anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for the both of you. We'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which have been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewer is extremely simple. so don't worry about getting lost. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there. So if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Let me give you this before I forget. What's this book for? It's called a monster guide, and it's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've gotten a really good head on your shoulders, Joshua. Some pretty helpful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. We'll put it to good use. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knocked out this test. God dang. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Okay, so we've done enough for that. So I think we're gonna wrap things up for this episode. I'm gonna give my voice a little bit of a rest, and then I'll start work on the second episode pretty soon. So, I'll see you then. Stay tuned.